They are the first to meet the enemy in the sky, hunting Russian drones, missiles, and even planes. The air defense of the Third Assault Brigade is breaking records for destroying aerial targets. In August alone, they intercepted and blew up about 1,000 enemy drones. They told our Daria Nazarova what they use to strike enemy hardware and why more and more interceptor drones are needed.
Masterfully, they often destroy enemy drones in the sky with a single shot.
485 aerial targets were destroyed in a month. These shootdowns were verified and confirmed.
The anti-aircraft missile unit of the 3rd Assault Brigade used to cover the infantry, and now it protects cities and villages.
This is a short-range man-pads equipped with a precise laser guidance system, not a thermal one, which is an important distinction. We no longer need the target to be hot or emit a lot of heat. The main thing is to spot it in the sky.
The RBS-70 is a missile system with a laser guidance system. It can hit targets at an altitude of 5 kilometers and can easily take down an enemy Shahed drone. Moreover, it can even shoot down an enemy aircraft.
Helicopters and planes like Sukhois no longer fly here because they're afraid of manpads and air defense systems. Well, now FPV drones have started coming in. This drone war has really escalated.
Often, along with Shaheds, the Russians launch decoy targets called Gerans. That's why defenders need to stay alert.
While you're tracking one and shooting it down, another one might sneak up on you from behind. That's why there's a constant rotation every 30 to 60 minutes.
Rifleman Vershina has been at war since the very first days. He started as a grenadier, then became an anti-aircraft gunner. He says he's worked with all kinds of weapons. He operated both the Soviet Igla and the American Stinger.
The first time you shoot something down, your hands shake, your knees buckle. It's scary, but I'm satisfied. The first thing I shot down was a Lancet. But it wasn't with an Igla, it was with an ordinary rifle near Kherson.
He used to be in the infantry, now he destroys Russian drones and the Varyag. At 24, he's already a squad commander, though he says he never thought he'd end up in the military.
I dodged the draft. I didn't want to do my conscription. I went abroad about 2 or 3 weeks before the war started. And when the full-scale invasion began, I came back.
Now the fighters are hunting Shaheds, but Varyag admits he has another target in mind.
A helicopter. That's the fattest Shahed, but if it's a chopper, that's even fatter.
Besides manpads, the guys have a whole arsenal of weapons at their disposal, all to destroy as many Russian aerial targets as possible.
We're putting a lot of effort into development and scaling up. These are UAV interceptors. These are our anti-aircraft drones, which are capable of countering both small drones and large Shaheds. And their range of applications is quite broad.
As soon as night falls, another crew releases interceptor drones to hunt.
It's fast, faster than the Shaheds. That's in terms of speed. And also, as you can see, it's made of foam plastic. It might seem like it's not super reliable, but in reality this design actually makes it incredibly lightweight and very easy to repair and maintain.
This beauty can stay in the air for about 40 minutes and carries 500 grams of explosives. That's enough to blow up a Shahed. The plane is launched from a catapult. A moment in the air and the interceptor drone finds its enemy target. The drone is piloted by Ursulu, who is a graphic designer in civilian life. He has more than 30 downed Shaheds to his name. He says the Russians occasionally upgrade their drones, so it's getting harder and harder to shoot them down.
They either fly incredibly fast or they maneuver very sharply and abruptly.
The defenders of the sky are destroying enemy drones in the Kharkiv region. It is through this air corridor that the occupiers launch Shaheds across the country. That's why the air defense forces are under enormous strain.
If there's a large combined attack, there could be up to 1,000 Shaheds.
The defenders are also armed with another drone interceptor of the copter type.
It's basically like a loitering munition, sort of an interceptor, super fast, for striking high-speed targets. We operate on the front line, the first line of air defense, meaning all aerial targets, in this case Shaheds. We are the first to encounter them.
Since May alone, the unit has destroyed more than 2,000 aerial targets. Of those, over 100 were Shaheds, but they assure us this is only the beginning. The main thing is to have something to strike the drones with. Daria Nazarova, Ivan Koroshko, Zaporizhzhia, TSN, 1+1.
2 men were killed by Russians in the Kherson region. A scooter carrying civilians on the highway near the village of Lvov was attacked by an FPV drone. The people had no chance of survival. and in the morning, the invaders shelled the ship district of Kherson with rocket artillery. A local resident was injured and homes were damaged. The district was once again left without electricity. 29,000 residents of Chernihiv are also left without electricity and water, and in the middle of the day, the occupiers struck an energy facility. A large-scale fire broke out, and people were asked to stock up on water. At night, the Russians targeted critical infrastructure with Shahed drones, and hits were recorded. In Nizhyn, in the Chernihiv region, as well as in the Mykolaiv, Kirovorad, and Vinnytsia regions, some sections of the railway were also left without power. Trains on the Zaporizhzhia and Odessa routes were running with delays. 7 people were injured in the Sumy region, in the city of Vorozhba. A drone struck a car in which a married couple and a 39-year-old female passenger were traveling. All 3 were injured and 1 woman is in serious condition. The drone attack also caused numerous fires in Sumy. During the day, the city recorded 5 hits. Endless explosions destroyed homes and frightened children. More than 3,500 miners have already been evacuated from the frontline communities of Dnipropetrovsk region. However, the list of settlements subject to mandatory evacuation continues to grow. Recently, it was announced in 18 more settlements of the Sinelnikivsky district. Anastasia Nevirna witnessed how hard it is for people to say goodbye to their homes.
6 boys from Khroika are milling around a pile of bags. They say they packed only the essentials. Tarbodaki. Meanwhile, their mother looks around the now empty house. Did we forget anything? Anything important? The evacuation team arrives. It's time to go.
A lot of things in a rush.
This family with 6 children had hoped until the last moment to stay at home, but because of drones already hovering over their yard, they decided to save the kids.
It's better to leave early than to regret it later. But just recently, something landed nearby, about 15 to 20 minutes ago. It hit.
While waiting for the evacuation bus, the children sit down on the slide where they used to play every day. The farewell is rushed by the anxiety of the village under yet another drone attack, so even the youngest ones start helping to load the belongings. A neighbor who is watching over the preparations wipes away her tears, but says that despite her house being damaged, she isn't planning to leave yet.
They were throwing things here. Our windows were blown out and the doors got jammed. A lot of people have already left, and you don't...
Are you thinking about leaving?
Oh my dear, where would I go? On my own land, my own house protects me.
Evacuation workers from the humanitarian mission Proliska are taking people out. This family has already found a place to live in a safe area, so they will be taken directly to their new home. Evacuation requests just today alone. More than 20. The evacuation workers say there's no time to delay. The vehicles aren't armored, and to reduce the risk, the charity is raising funds for armor plates. The constant threat of FPV drones forces drivers to keep a close eye on the sky. 3 elderly ladies, a mother and her daughters, are getting ready to leave. They'll try to escape the constant explosions by going to Dnipro, where the granddaughter lives.
We'll try to see how things are over there, bang after bang. This morning it started before dawn. It's already very frightening. We endured and endured. We have to leave. It doesn't make me happy that we're going to the kids.
People are taking very few things, just enough to carry in their hands.
Good afternoon. Are you ready? Is this all of your personal belongings and possessions? No, that's absolutely everything.
They admit it's not fear that makes them leave home.
They don't know what to do with themselves. I am feeling so incredibly on edge right now. And if I were to unfortunately lose my temper, it would indeed be quite bad. There's no one here.
With just a few bags of belongings, Miss Ina also sets off into the unknown. She lost her son in the war, and now she's leaving her second home. The first one burned down because of shelling.
They promised to get my documents done to help me, so they said, but there's nothing.
Many people are stopped from leaving by the fear of ending up on the street, say the volunteers. However, they assure that no one will be abandoned.
We offer, so to speak, evacuation turnkey. We pick people up from point A and bring them to point B. If there's somewhere to go, we take them there. Our partners are also involved, and we try to find accommodation for everyone.
In the past 3 months alone, this humanitarian mission has evacuated more than 5,500 people from the frontline areas of Dnipropetrovsk region. However, the flow of internally displaced people is only increasing day by day. Anastasia Neverna, Vladislav Komishin, Dnipropetrovsk region, TSN 1+1.